Today is the 24th day of April 2022 in my birthplace of Abaco, Bahamas. And I want to bring you way back. I want to bring you way, way back of politics and our Member of Parliament in North Abaco. We had a white-haired old man in Dundastan called Jerry Cornish. We used to call him Uncle Jerry. And he would start out every time his conversation, he would start off, Jesus, Savior, pilot me. I didn't know what that means, but he always would say that. Jesus, Savior, pilot me. And that's all I could say about the members of Parliament that we've had in North Abaco. Jesus, Savior, pilot me. I take that little Uncle Jerry's book. Very religious man, always singing a nice hymn. And we go back to when many of y'all would believe you're such political gooeys, don't even know. We go back to Sherlin Boodle. My mother and everybody in our age call him teacher. They said he's one of the best teachers that man has made. I don't know that. He never taught me. But I know one thing. All I know about Sherlin Boodle, I'd seen him for decades driving up and down. And y'all think Haitians just come here. The Member of Parliament, way back then, his chauffeur was a Haitian called Pepper. Little short fella, he hardly could see over the steering wheel. He couldn't drive, but he's driving the Member of Parliament. It was Sherlin Boodle and Pepper, nobody else in that car. And then Sherlin Boodle turned the baton onto Hubert Ingram. We had 15 years of Hubert Ingram having power in Abaco. 15 years ain't promote nobody in Abaco to anything of value. Just about everybody in North Abaco that families voted F&M, if they came out of high school with a double D average, they're in immigration, customs, they're in all the government agencies. And you could see why when you go there, they have such stink attitude because they was dumb to begin with. Their only claim was that their parents supported Hubert Ingram. So if they wanted to be a customs, defense force, a police officer, they were put in these agencies. If you look all over Abaco, ask everybody where they're from. North Abaco. Ask who they support. F&M. Ask them what they got in school. Double D average. But they are on the forefront. It's the truth. I saw it for years, and I call them dead-end job because the first thing Hubert didn't do, just like they do the Taxi Association, he didn't give them a raise. And only thing the Customs and Immigration was making for their overtime, Hubert took the overtime from them because they were making too much money. They were going to head. He saw them building property, buying property. He saw them building apartment. So he yucked the rug from under them. And they so stupid, they said it's okay because he hired more people on a switch situation. A switch situation and nobody's making no money. So it's a dead-end job. That's Hubert Ingram. 3 years. The port down there, and you ask them in North Abaco, what is Hubert Ingram's legacy? That port him and them Chinese made down there, that's his legacy. The fish don't even swim in that port. That's Hubert Ingram's legacy. And then after Hubert Ingram stayed too long, did nothing, they could talk about concrete jungle. Hubert Ingram brought Meister. Since he won't talk about who to hire and who not to give Treasure Key the sale to, Hubert brought one of the worst guys here, Robert Meissner, Treasure Key. Hubert was his attorney. And the first thing Meissner did, it went against the rules. He closed the hotel down. He stopped hiring. And he was there for 30 years. Hubert officially took the power and the water from him, but he brought Meister there. and you ask everybody in Treasure Key, were you pleased of Meissner being the owner of Treasure Key? Now we got an owner, one person that want to buy Treasure Key, and all the critics coming out as if Meissner was a god. Anybody, anything can be better than what Hubert Ingram brought. Y'all God brought Meissner. The new owner proposed to build 2 hotels there. Meissner closed only one down, and y'all was still happy. So still believe foolishness. You ask yourself, after 3-time prime minister, name one project that Hubert Ingram brought that you could make some money. His legacy is sealed, in my view, of being absolutely doing nothing to upgrade his people, to make them become millionaires. When Baker's Bay came about and the Abaco Club, all of these was brought in by the PLP. Hubert Ingram could have fixed it, that his people could have made some money. He could have fixed it in real estate, that his people in North Abaco would sell the land. But no, he got Jeff Jones to sell the land, and everything came to his office. That's the kind of member of parliament we had. But the hardest thing was when Hubert resigned the night of the election. He resigned, and the next week, he gave about $200,000 back to the Progressive Liberal Party to campaign against the F&M, because that's the money that Hubert Ingram himself should have had somebody in an office in his district, in his constituency, and paying him $15,000 a year to keep the door open, but he closed the door and he kept the money. That's what y'all need to remember. Then we move on from Hubert Ingram. We went to Shervin Boodle. He had Pepper. Hubert Ingram had nobody. He just had a bunch of clowns around him, but looking for something and never got nothing. Then we went to Renato Curry. That's another. I can be kind to Renato because Renato's out of back save again. But he was saved when he's in the pulpit there, trying to fool Bishop Williams them. And I already know what he used to do at Collis at night. I knew more about him. Me and God know what Renato used to do. That's why he's gone. And he just keep that phone to his ears. We remember him. Every time you ask him a question, he acts as if he has a phone call, and he ain't even had no minutes on the phone. But him and Boogie, that's the fixer. Boogie was the fixer. I want Boogie to fix himself, stay right in Nassau, stay over there. You and Renata did fool for 5 years, helped nobody. Then we had the one that say had all the intelligence, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Darren Henfield. What did he do? We saw more the backs of him than the front of him. Didn't even want to come to bury our dead. That is the legacy of the members of parliament we had in North Abaco. Haven't pushed their people forward at all. We had one that was 3-time prime minister. He did nothing to create millionaires among his people. The Bakers Bay and the Abaco Club was there to create millionaires, but he preferred foreigners. And not only foreigners, foreign whites. He didn't even want Bahamian whites to come out there unless they had a Seminole name, and then they could go there and make more millions than they already had. But Darren Henfield was in the worst time of our life as the worst member of parliament. Now we end up with 6 to 7 months of Kirk Cornish. I reached out to Kirk. I want Kirk to be, I old now, I can't run no more, getting a little old. Never thought I'd be old. So Kirk, you got an awesome opportunity, but you got to show up. You know what I see in John Pinder? John Pinder is a replica of Edison Key. Every time the prime minister would have come to Abaco, don't care what Edison Key is doing, Edison Key would come out there and meet the prime minister and walk him back to the plane. John Pinder is the exact example of respect. If the Prime Minister can come all this way, you need to put him on the side while he's in Abaco where the breeze is blowing fresh to have a word. But so far, Kirk Connors has been miserably absent every time the Prime Minister come. We need to fix that. And these are the members of Parliament for North Abaco. Which one was the best one? Only God knows. But Kai cares, and we hope that Kirk be more successful. But so far, he ain't looking good. Kai looking good, because Kai smiling.